Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Sunday shout out. And this week, in celebration of the release of Diamond 101, I have the one and only filmographer for the video, Mr. Leo Mansell.
Hey, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Hey. Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
That's all right. No, it's nice to catch up while you're, lounging on your yellow sofa.
I know, just chilling. No, we really wanted to have a yellow sofa, so
Nice.
why not?
Classy.
But yeah, you are the gentleman that made the visuals all happen for Diamond 101, and man, has it had a reaction. I am blown away by the reaction of it, because it's an incredible looking video.
Well, thank you very much. It was a team effort. All your ideas, and then I just tried to make it come to life, with visually. I just love the concepts that we've had, and spoiler alert, this is video 1 of 4 that we're doing, hopefully, and we've done 2 others already, and this was actually video 3 in the sequence of order of recording, but the first to be released. So we've had a lot of behind the scenes work to get to this point, and it's just fantastic to actually have it out there. And it's only part of the single release and part of the album, but it feels like quite a big bit to just get out there. Yeah, it's great. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the concept, the idea was probably about 1.5 years old, because I remember speaking to Tommy originally about it, and Tommy's the dancer with me, and it was just so amazing to finally get it together, because I remember we had a few situations where we wanted to film it at a certain time, but then we couldn't. We had to postpone it because I really wanted to do it in the summer back last year, and then it just wasn't possible. So we did it very recently, actually. It was just before Christmas we did it.
It was literally the last breath before Christmas, wasn't it? And it's weird, but two really big important parts of this journey have been just before you've gone and escaped the country. It was, I think it was last March or just before the craziness of COVID in the UK really kicked off, and lockdowns and flights being cancelled and all sorts. And we were sat in a was it a vegan or vegetarian cafe in Godalming? And we had a production meeting or pre-production meeting, and we sort of chatted through concepts for these 4 music videos. Obviously Diamond was one of those, and you were there thinking, really need to get to Austria, because I don't know what's going to happen with the flights, and literally after that you went the next morning and then the flights got stopped going in. So it was amazing timings. And then likewise with filming, was it the Friday before Christmas?
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
pretty much. And then you flew out, I think, the next day, or
yeah, it was the next day. I couldn't move the next day again because what the video entailed. It's like 6 hours of filming, but yeah,
it was intense. So you've we've cut it down to the wire. I'd say cut it down to the wire. I like to think that we've been efficient with our time.
Yes.
So
yeah, definitely. We made it work in the best circumstances that we could, and we were just very lucky in the end to get it done. And
definitely, but it's a weird working practice for everyone, in everyone's industry at the moment, with being COVID compliant, and that's one of the things that we had to think about. And obviously one of the reasons why we couldn't film it earlier was one, that you were stuck out in Austria and couldn't get back. Another one was Tommy's in Wales, and he couldn't leave Wales to come to England because of their lockdowns. So everything's just had to fit in, and we suddenly got the green light, and it was also to do with the venue, that we could finally get used to the venue at the time, and we just had to go for it. And it's sometimes it happens, and it happened.
Yeah,
you know?
so totally. I think everything all came together within the last week. Like actually, like probably about 7 days before actually like getting to film.
Yeah.
And then it was just the logistic reasons, you know, getting Tommy in and just making sure everything was gonna run smoothly and practically and safely as possible. And like the venue was quite tricky. Like we used the Electric Theatre in Guildford, and that was tricky.
Shout out to the amazing Howie
and Nate as well. He was a wonderful gentleman that's made it all happen. The manager there, and Howie is the technician at the Electric Theatre, and he was with us in filming. It was a small team. It was only 4 of us.
COVID compliant.
It was. We really wanted to make sure that we were doing things correctly and safely, and not breaking laws or anything. It was a small team. It was,
and I still can't get over the fact that you and Tommy had so little rehearsal time together and managed to do what you did. You know, and I think you know, obviously you got background in musical theatre and things like that, haven't you? And so you've got an inkling of it, but what you were doing was not musical theatre. You know, that was like full on dance routine. And you know, if you go and look at the rehearsal footage that we've got, you know, you can see where you ran it through in one go, and it was hard work. I think you're the first one to admit it, that it was hard work.
It was,
and so it's the beauty of shooting it in scenes, as it were, and reshooting pickups and things like that that probably really helped. And that's a little sort of peek behind the curtain, but at the same time you actually did it. and that, I think, was pretty intense, you know, and awesome, you know, that you did it. And should be proud. And I know you are. So,
like I hadn't done a dance piece in about 5-6 years, like actually properly choreographed, because when I moved to London, I was kind of living both worlds, like auditioning as a theatre actress and working as a session singer. I'm working with people, you know, in contemporary music in London, and I kind of came to a crossroads where I just had to decide. And I left theatre behind, and it's a big part of my life and my training and growing up, and it's what the skill sets that I do use now as an artist, especially in a technical sense. But I hadn't actually danced a piece. I hadn't done a piece in several years, so it was a great challenge. And Tommy is incredible as a dancer, and he has a lot of experience as a break dancer, as a b-boy. And I met him like years and years and years ago in Cardiff, and when I thought about someone who I could dance with and feel like would do a great job, I thought of Tommy straight away. I knew I wanted to go in that physical theatre sense, with a bit of contemporary, and the fact that he's got that urban like street vibe about him. I just knew that he would look great on camera, and he would do some awesome tricks, which he did do. And it's interesting now, like seeing the reaction video back from people, like how much they do react to break dancing and the tricks in there as well. Because
no, it was nice. It was like not a contrast, but it was just like an element, you know, of like light and shade to it, you know, and it was nice, and it sort of really added an extra element to it. It was I liked it, and I like Tommy's hats, very Wes Anderson-esque.
He asked me specifically, so when we were talking about costume, can I have a hat for this, because that's his vibe. He likes to wear hats normally. So I was like, yeah, of course, sure. And we did actually spend quite a bit of time finding the right costume hats, because he's got 2 in it.
Yes.
Change. Yeah, when it came to like costume, I wanted to have a change between the verse and the chorus, and that actually reflects on the lighting as well. Thank you so much, Howie, for sorting that out. But the lighting changes between the chorus and the verses and the costume does too. So
Yep.
and the camera work.
That sort of leads nicely onto sort of the technical side of it, I guess.
Yeah.
In the fact that, you know, the kit we were using, if you go back through the video, you've got shots that were shot from the floor level, and then you've got an overhead shot as well. So we had two Panasonic GH5S cameras, which are the kit that I use. And which we've used on the other films as well, the other music videos that we've shot already, and we're really happy with the image that's coming out of it. And because we're doing a lot of contrasting sort of dark and lit imagery, I guess, those cameras just give us a really nice sort of clear picture. You're not getting too much noise in the darkness, and it, yeah. I think they're great bits of kit, so that's why we've chosen those really. And so the floor shots was myself operating the camera on a gimbal, and that just means that I can move around and get sort of nice fluid shots, and it's all handheld, and that's how we sort of achieved the shots where we're moving around with you in and out, and so that's the beauty of those shots. And then overhead, we used the Electric Theatre's lighting poles, moved one of the poles down from the ceiling and mounted a camera up overhead, shooting straight down onto the floor for the overhead shots. That's how we achieved it, you know. So there was a lot of back and forth to get those shots sort of framed up, because obviously we had to make sure you were in the right place, and it was like 10 meters in the air, that camera. I think it was in the end. You know, it was pretty high up. And yeah, it all worked nicely. You know, I think those floor shots have come out well.
They've come up really well. Like I remember when I was initially thinking about camera angles and speaking to you about it, I knew I wanted to have the shots done on lots of different angles, and I really did want to have an above shot. I remember telling you that, like from day one, it was like, is it possible to get a ceiling shot where we're on the floor doing choreography? And it was so great that you created that solution for it. You had something else initially, didn't you? And when we got on set, were you going to use?
Oh yes, yeah, no, yes, we were. Yeah, before we'd done the site recce, and actually on the day, because we weren't sure of how he was going to be there or what really. So I was making plans to just basically be self-sufficient. So yeah, we had a cable cam option where we were going to string out it's basically a 50-meter cable that could be tensioned up between sort of anchor points, and we would have run that across the top, and then it's got a motorized camera mount on it, so you can whiz it up and down and get it in place where you want it, or get tracking shots. So yeah, so that was the original. Yes, you're right. Yeah, that was the original plan, and then we thought, why don't we work smart rather than hard?
Yeah, because that would have been something extra for you to have had to
exactly
as well, being like the only cameraman on set. You know, there wasn't. So shout out to my main man Jake Davies, who's worked on one of the other videos with us. So we were hoping that Jake would have been there to assist on that one, but schedules didn't work. So I had to fly solo. But yeah, thankfully Howie was there. Howie was pretty invaluable because he helped with queuing up the music for the takes, and then obviously with the theatre lighting as well, which we utilised. So we used spots and the general sort of downlighters that they had for normal theatre productions, and we ran a haze machine as well out of the wings just to give it a little bit of depth in the lighting. And then we hired in 8 Astera AX1 pixel tubes, and they're basically meter long tubes which are absolutely fantastic bits of kit. And you can screw them onto little tripod stands, which was how we had it. We had the 8 in the background of the floor shots,
and you can change the colors however you want. A little remote control, you can make them flicker, you can make them do candle effects, just absolutely anything. And they're absolutely light, they're battery powered, and this is not an ad. There's not an ad for them, but they are just such great bits of kit, and they just sort of step the production level up for what we were doing, and shows your commitment. You're investing in the production. And then we utilized those light tubes as well for the shots where you're singing to camera, didn't we? So which was
so well.
I really, really, really like them. So yeah, we had five of those light tubes hanging off another one of the overhead lighting poles, strung up with fishing wire.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. So yeah, another reveal behind the curtain. So they're all suspended like that. So they're sort of freely spinning, and then we had two to your front that were flashing. I think it's paparazzi mode or something like that. So just to get that sort of light and dark effect on your face. And they're probably some of my favourite shots. Those, I think when you were really getting into it, and you're dancing and everything, and it was just it was not over the top, but it was just a groove. It was good. I liked it, and a little bit of your character, I think, was just, and again, it's a contrast to what you were doing with the dancing, which was serious is not probably the right description for it, but it was a lot more structured, and it was telling a story. And I feel like the singing to camera was you just sort of laying loose and just kicking back and just sort of enjoying the song, So
yeah, definitely feeling like a pop star.
Yeah,
that's what I've been feeling like the last week since we've released the track and released the video. I was like, I feel like a pop star now.
Nice.
Yeah, I love those front camera singing shots. They've come out so well, and like you say, it is a great contrast between the dancing part. And when first initially watching the first edit that you did, it was so impressive, looked so amazing as a first impression. So it's interesting when you know the music so well, and then you really start to know the imagery really well, when you start reviewing it over and things. I still felt the effect for it, but it really did make me realize how much of an amazing look it is from getting people's initial first reactions, and it really puts into context how great it really does look. And those front ones, they're my fave. I love them. Love them.
No, it's good. And the deep reds and the blacks, and just it's nice. It's strong imagery. I think colors and what you're doing and everything. I think definitely. What we did in the actual production side of things was, I think we had one run through of you singing the song in white, one run through of you singing the song in red. We did one pickup of the first chorus of you in red, and that was it. So we didn't have time to go back over too much, because you had makeup in the morning first thing, and then you had to get over to Guildford. I had to get over the night before. I'd be doing a live stream. So I then working late. So it was all just really sort of compressed. And then after filming, I had to be away early evening because I had another live stream to do at the music studio with James and Stefan. Masterlink sessions. If
give Masterlink a shout. So those of you who have seen the Masterlink sessions videos, Leo is the gentleman behind the camera, making it all look super, super good. You've been there right from the beginning, like I did. I think it was when we filmed Don't Know Why and Space Oddity. That was the first one that we did. So we did a rehearsal the December 3 Christmases ago now, so 2 years ago. Wow.
So we did rehearsal then, and then the January, I think, you came back and we did it for reels.
Yes.
I think. Yes.
Oh yeah, great memory. Yeah, I remember.
I think it's etched into my mind because of all the editing and everything else that goes along with it. That was great. And you see where we've started and where we've got to with that, and you're part of the origin story as well, so but you came back and did quite a few others as well, with BVs and things, so like Gemma Stoddard with down in Mexico, and Mike Farris, Moving Me, Sam Tanner.
And we did Sam Tanner as well.
Yeah,
wow.
you and James were BVing, weren't you, on that? Yes. So yeah, it's great that we get to weave in and out of each other's sort of professional lives, and even before that as well with Stefan, and I think the first time we worked together was Ziggy's up at Enfield.
Wow, that would have been our album release.
So like 3.5 years ago.
3.5 years. Wow. Yeah, the Part of Me album. That is amazing.
Yeah, so it's nice that we're still sort of collaborating,
Oh yeah. Well, when I thought about my project, I was just like, Leo, like, please, will you be involved? Like,
yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's an absolute pleasure, because it's exciting. You trust me as well with sort of bringing your visions to life, and it's good fun, Oh,
I really do. Yeah, and I'm excited to show people what we've also been doing.
Yeah.
And that's coming up soon. The first video that we filmed together, like my jaw dropped for Diamond 101, but this one as well, like.
And they're all different. That's what I love as well, is that they've all got such unique characters.
Great.
To them all. And yeah, looking forward to everyone else sort of seeing them as well. It's gonna be
definitely. And I'm just so proud. Like, Diamond reached 1,000 views in 3 days, and I was just like, wow, that's for an independent artist with a label that's just starting out, Sheep Hill Records in Vienna.
Yeah,
we're doing things organically, and I know this has been like, I've been building up to this. This has been like 12 years in the making to get myself here to like write in my own album and putting it out, but it just feels so amazing to have that organic response, and that people are really engaging with it, and they really think that it's something. So
consumer, listener, whatever you want to call it, they're the ones with the power at the moment, and it might sound daft to say that, but because you've got so much more accessibility to information and through social media and things like that, you don't always need to have that big label. Yeah, it helps. That comes at such a cost as well. You don't have that control. So, just keep doing what you're doing, because it's obviously working with people. People, you're striking a chord with people, and people are liking it. So why change?
Yeah, no, definitely. No, it is amazing, and I know that I want to enjoy this and be present with this, and I am completely, and I'm really looking forward to how it's all gonna unfold, like with releasing the album, releasing the next few singles that are coming up, the visuals that are coming with it as well, because not everybody right now in this situation, and it makes sense, are releasing music videos. So I think that's what has made it so special, is that it's a track with a music video. Like, I'm gonna go and watch that.
Hats off, I think, because you're trying to do it properly and do it as an all-round package, because anyone with a computer can do can put out something musically or video based, but you're trying to do it at a professional level, and you are doing it at a professional level, and show that you are doing it and being the artist you want to be, going about it in the right way. And like you said, not everyone is doing music videos, so you are setting yourself out as a separation in that market. And music videos might not be important to listeners or people that are looking for their next favorite music artist, but there are a lot of people that it does, and if it draws attention to you, then you've got more of a chance at someone that hasn't, or someone that's got something that's been filmed on a potato, or it's just I feel like the production value which we're putting into it is reflecting the hard work that you're putting into it. on other fronts as well. So that was one of my main things, you know, and I said it in a message the other day that I'm glad the reception of the video is going down well, because, you know, everything else is pushing up there, and the last thing I want is to not be meeting what you want to be putting out, you know. So, you know, and it's not me self-doubting myself, because I'm really happy with it, but it's, again, this has come out of your mind, this vision, you know. So I just want to make sure that you're happy with it, and I know you are happy with it, but you know,
so
it's up to that point, you know. You're just like, well, I know I've done a good job, and I'm happy, and I'm more than happy with it, but I really want the person who's asked me to do this to be happy. It's the same with editing. It's personal, it's professional pride, isn't it, you know. And yeah, it's I think we're a good team of working together and getting things the way we both want it. I think we're both pretty good sticklers for getting things right.
Yeah,
you know?
no,
Attention to detail.
So. No, completely. I'm so excited about our partnership that we have going on, and that we're, you know, talking and about new concepts, and the concepts that I bring to you as well. Like, you're like, yeah, sure, great. Like, you know, we can make this work, and you'll see in the future, everybody as well, like this particular concept that I had, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it in the future when we like reveal it. It'd be great to do another talk with you about this particular video, but I was just like, Leo, is there any chance that we can do blah 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 blah? And you were like, like, okay, like
I'll come back to you with this, with how we can do this, you know. and talking about that particular thing, which we won't mention yet, just one of those concepts that you came up with would have been enough to go, well, this is pushing the envelope a bit with what, you know, what we can do with, you know, in essence, less than a skeleton crew. It was like a forearm and a toe crew, you know. It was just little old us doing this, and we've done it, and we then went, do you know what we'll do? We'll do another crazy concept at a crazy time of year, which will all be revealed.
I wanted to do it in the summer. I'm just saying, when it's warmer, but it didn't happen that way.
No, damn you, COVID. Yes, yeah, but oh well. But no, Diamond 101, I think, is such a great foundation on many levels for what we both are wanting to do and get out there, you know. So yeah, it's exciting.
Very exciting. I love it so much. The colors are gorgeous, the filmography is gorgeous, it's just stunning. I'm just thinking about that ceiling work that you did. That was probably maybe the trickiest part of like the edit. There's
a bit of syncing to sort of cut in and out of the floor shots and the overhead shots. But again, the singing to camera really helps us out there as an extra angle, that extra third angle, which, you know, if something doesn't quite mesh, you know, you've always got that as a fallback to sort of push in and use, and it looks slick, you know. But we didn't really need to cover up anything. I don't think there were any major gaps. And again, this is sort of something that comes down to the fact that we had such a small crew, and you know, we didn't have someone that the equivalent of a script supervisor, I guess, as it would be on a feature film or whatever. It was down to us on the fly to go, yeah, I think we got the moves in the right order. You know, it is a bit difficult when it's just you guys actually dancing, and then after doing it all, and then go, yeah, I think I got that right. And then it's me filming it, and obviously I'm monitoring it as I'm filming it, but it's a little bit of going, well, we'll do it a couple of times, and between the two, I'm sure we'll have it. If we had a big crew, the approach would be more of being able to tick things off in a more systematic way, but we didn't have that opportunity, so we just had to go for it. And I think we did a great job of sort of self-monitoring what, you know, the shots and sort of just checking off that we were happy with it all. Yeah, and it was like we had to believe in ourselves that we had created a really good shot, and we had to like trust in ourselves for that as well. Yeah. And give enough option for you to be able to cut and edit things together. And the floor work, I think, was quite tricky in the end to like really get ourselves like completely in line and like
and shoot. And I love that you've done some like zoom in, like post-production stuff as well, and you've even got like the camera like turning slightly, and it looks so good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, well, it's easy when you've got good material to work with, I always think. So that helps. But yeah, we shot in 4K, but edited in 1080, which gave us a little bit of extra latitude for zooming in the shot and doing a little bit of work in post on that. So yeah, it was a great example of what we can do to maximize production and wow factor with what we had to use. All of our experience, Tommy's, yours, mine, Howie, I think did a good job of being resourceful on the day and just maximizing the opportunity we had, which was in effect a few hours. Yeah.
We're just exhausted by the end of it, but so happy that we'd achieved it.
And then Tommy had to go off and do his own class.
I know. Straight after we filmed, he was straight on a Zoom class doing dance teaching. Man.
Yeah.
And actually later on that evening, I put him on a train back to Wales.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy. Thank you so much for choreographing, rehearsing with me and dancing with me, and off you go. Bye.
No, it was good, but I think that shows that the love that he's got for dancing and for this project. With you,
for it. Like from day one, when I asked him about it, he was like, "Yeah, I'm definitely down for it." And there was like, it was a good year from like really getting it to work, because I was keeping in touch with him over the time, but then had to go, "Oh, really sorry, Tommy, like I'm still in Austria, I can't do it, we're gonna have to postpone it for the summer." And then it was like, "Okay, we're gonna do it this weekend," and then we had to postpone it again, and then it happened to be that particular like window of time just before Boris put down those new regulations for tier 3, I think it was, wasn't it, just before Christmas, around the Surrey, London area. So it was kind of like please, can we make this work? It was like a day before, like everything.
It was also midnight. I think it was coming into effect at midnight or something crazy like that, and we were like, right, I think we can do this.
So the time gods were really like honest, around us, kind of supporting and making it happen.
Yes, it was meant to be. That's why I think a really fun shoot project.
Yeah,
it was all came out nicer.
It did, and Brooke did such an amazing job on the makeup as well. Like, big love to Brooke. Like, we're going to be having a chat in a couple of weeks' time, because I want to do one with Tommy as well.
Yeah,
a little Sunday shout out. She did an incredible job for it, and she was concerned about the regulations as well. She really wanted to make sure she was doing things like correctly and safely, and so we managed and we did it, and it's out.
Yes, no, definitely onwards and upwards. It's build on this and and take it, run with it.
What have you got coming up? Have you got some projects in line?
Well, we've got quite a lot going on with Masterlink at the moment. Thankfully, because we're a music studio, the royal we. But thankfully, because Masterlink is a music studio, there's a lot more latitude for being able to work. There's great COVID compliance and regulations and safety measures in place there. So it means that it's able to be open and working. So we're still doing Masterlink sessions, for those who don't know, which are when we have the house band, which is pretty much run back as Funkestra, but with a few other depths now and again. And we get a guest artist in each session, and they do a song, which is basically the Funkestra's collaboration with them on it. So it's the artist's song, but it's got a slightly different spin on it, which is great. And we've also got live streams, because although music venues aren't able to be open at the moment, we are doing some great live streams out of there. Not only have you got my visuals to record, you've also got James Welch and his amazing sound at the studio. And the live streams are hosted through a company which are based out of Austria as well, called True Live. And they've got this great hosting platform where you get great quality live music gigs, and you can watch them on their platform. So we're part of that at the moment, and we're trying to build up the gigs that we've got so we can have our own channel on there. So we've got lots of stuff in pipeline there, and you know Stefan, he's always beavering away with something. So there's a few other exciting possibilities that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. But if they come off, they could be pretty big for what we're doing down there. But if not, we'll just carry on doing what we're doing, because we're, I think again, like you, it's building up from a solid foundation and doing it organically. Again, it's as much as a passion you have for whatever you're doing, and in arts it always is a passion, but there still has to be a business sense to it. And if you go big too soon, it's just not going to work. So we're happy just building up, doing what we're doing, getting a great reputation, and going from there. And it's started to get noticed, which is great. And sorry, Rufus is.
Hey, Rufus. Aww.
Hello. Yes, this is Rufus, our Labradoodle, who's having a bit of a cuddle at the moment. Yeah. Hard work. So yes, we're doing all those sort of things. We've got a TV show as well. Do you know about the TV show?
I don't know.
No. So there's a local channel down in Brighton. They get a space on Sky TV, on the Sky channels, that goes all around the country, and they're going to start showing TV shows that we're making. So all the live videos not all of them, but the ones that are less difficult with royalties and things like that, to put on. We've done 2 television programs so far, which are sort of Stefan and James doing the links and the intros and things like that, and then it's 5 or 6 tracks being played out. So that's all coming along nicely, and I think we're hoping to get to 10 shows, I think, in total. So we're just working on number 3 at the moment, and then we'll have like this great little sort of TV series that
That's so
we've produced.
cool.
So it's just, is maximising what we've got and repurposing it in different ways. And, you got to be resourceful. And Stefan is resourceful.
Definitely.
And, which is fantastic. He's a great person to work with as well. It's a great journey. But yeah, apart from that, we've got lots of other artists that we're working with as well through the studio. And then I've got my sort of day jobby sort of corporate sort of side of things, lots of medical work, which is interesting as well. Do a lot of work with the NHS and other healthcare providers. You're a hot dog. You off now? All right, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Cheers. Thanks for coming. And all that sort of stuff. And I've got other clients I'm working with and freelance gigs. So it's different time, definitely, for everyone. And the video production sort of industry is the same as well. But the thing is that everyone still needs it, and although it's not one of these industries that has been highlighted as not as key as some of the others, but people still want to watch content. What all the people at home doing? Watching TV. Although it's not considered key, there still is a necessity, and people will still need to market themselves. People will still need to put their information out. People will still want to do music videos to get their music out, whatever. So it's a difficult time for everyone, but there is work out there. It's repurposing yourself. You've got to look at your business model and go, well, obviously I can't work this way, so how can I work, and how can I keep my money coming in? Because at the end of the day, yes, passion and what you love doing is great, but you do still need to pay the bills, unfortunately, and that's the rubbish side of being grown up. So the year is looking brighter than last year for everyone, and I think people in the music industry particularly, and not just like musicians, I mean, all the crew and everything else like that, is a rubbish time for live music and events and venues. I think people have just got to stick together and get on board with the initiatives that are out there to basically support everyone. It's a lot of hard work that you're doing behind the scenes, which I don't think that a lot of people sort of appreciate how much you have to do to keep, your presence going, because talent is one thing, but if you don't tell people about your talent, then they won't know, and there'll be someone else that does it, that will be. So although people like you and love your music, you still got to keep putting it out there.
Yeah, it's just lovely to have that relationship with everyone and that community spirit, because that is the reason why I want to be putting out the stuff that I am, and that was the whole reason for it. Like when I do the what you're listening to playlist on a Wednesday, and people get involved with that, like I generally do want to know what people are listening to, and all of that's been put on a playlist, and that was a community spirit thing, and that's been amazing. And then the whole premise of Sunday Shout Out is that same thing again, and just letting everyone know about the amazing team behind it. I'm there in the forefront, like I'm there, I'm the one on the camera and the one singing, but it's not just about me, it's about everyone else involved.
I think social media at the moment has just made everyone so accessible to people that are, their interests and likes and the faces of that, and you got direct contact with these people. And when I say these people, I mean you, as in the people that are, the faces of what the products that they are doing, or the songs or films, whatever. So I think it's a modern part of music, just as much as Spotify is, and not even downloading music anymore. It's all streaming and stuff like that. It's the ever-changing industry. I think some musicians shy away from it, but others embrace it. And I think you're definitely an embracer, of it. And that's lovely. That rapport for me just means the world to when I have that with someone else that are perceived to be sort of like in that lofty heights of being a personality of to be able to have that interaction. You go, I've just spoken with someone that I really admire. It's great. So yeah. I think it's such a good way of just being. It's just nice. I like nice. Nice is underrated.
Well, I think you should be nice in this business. Like, of course, be driven, be ambitious, but be nice.
Yeah.
That was even something that Stefan, like, I remember Stefan saying to me, like, early days working with each other, like, he likes to work with people who are a team, who are like, who are just genuinely nice people to be around, and that you want to have them in the room. So, I think being nice goes a long way.
Life's too short.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel the same way, like, with the rapport, like, when I do get messages from people, when I do get, like, that genuine feedback, I think it's great. Like, it doesn't always have to be like good feedback. I think all feedback's great. If someone was to give me some constructive criticism, I'd still appreciate it, as much as, and now everyone's going to be chucking me some like, oh, you could have done this better, why didn't you
no.
But like, it's just nice, like, genuinely over the last week, like, seeing the comments back from people, seeing the views, seeing the listens, like, it really does, it pushes you further on to kind of go, like, I know in myself I've done a good job, because that should be the most important thing. And that's something that I've really had to come to terms with, is actually like, if I like it and I'm really enjoying it, and that's great, that should be the core thing. And if people enjoy it with me, then that's a bonus. So it's just been so nice over the last week to actually have, like, to be able to share it and enjoy it with people who are genuinely really wanting to know more about it and listen and watch.
It validates your self-belief, really, doesn't it? I think, but it also just is to have that relationship and to know that people can approach you and you can interact with people which are fans. I guess fans is the term that you use, but people that like your music and listen to your music, and I think that's you can't buy that. I don't think you can buy likes, but you can't buy that interaction of actually having people wanting to talk to you.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's great, you know, and I think you have got a great fan base. And I think that showed on the launch night and, you know, things like that. So,
it's crazy. It's so lovely. Like, I feel, just very humbled by it and very thankful.
Girl from Wales, done good.
There we go. Yes.
I don't know what that accent was. Sorry.
Wales.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, babes. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's been so good. I'm just so thankful, like, to be working with you, have you on the journey, and just really generally wanting to be part of the team and doing the visuals with me.
Likewise, you know, it's good. Nice. Always such a big believer in teamwork with the right people. So it's it's just been great, you know, and there's more to come, which is amazing. So yes.
There's so much more. I'm super excited.
Yes, so definitely.
Good. Yes.
Cool.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you to everybody that's watching as well. Yeah. And I really appreciate the live chat as well that gets involved and just people being here. So thank you very much. Diamond 101 is out now. You can stream it on all your preferred platforms and you can watch it on YouTube.
Lovely. And if anyone's got any other questions about the music video or the producing side of things, got any queries, just drop me a line. I'll be happy to answer any questions or, go from there.
How can they get in touch with you, Leo?
Well, link below. Is that the easiest way to do it?
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of professional pages on Facebook. So they'll be in the links below, either as my Freelance Cameraman page or as my company, which is Shoot and Splice Films.
Amazing. So if you want to have a nice, gorgeous, shiny video like mine, get in touch with this guy.
Ka-ching. Yes. No. Yeah. Well, you know, if anyone's feeling inspired and wants to, you know, sound out some ideas, then give me a shout.
Yeah, and check out all the Masterlink sessions as well, because Leo's done all of them and they are incredible. Love it. One take. Everything's all one take filming. So nice.
Yeah. So we didn't touch on that, did we? Yeah. But yes.
It's all one take.
It is, all done in one. You know, no cuts. It's so which makes it all a bit different to, you know, other stuff that's out there. So
which is good. Love it.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Well, lovely to spend time talking to you, and can't wait to see you in person at some point, whenever that is.
At some point.
Yes.
We'll do some more filming.
When I see you again. Yeah. Do you need to speak to PRS about that?
Maybe. Might have to.
Just
gosh.
Cut that bit out then.
Well, bye.
I'll catch you later. Bye.